Hello everyone, so sorry I haven't been really uploading lately. I wanted to do a One Piece chapter 850 video, but then the video I made, just the audio didn't work, and then people were home and I didn't want to record it then. It was a whole big deal, but I may still do a discussion because I have a few thoughts on it, but it may be a bit too late to do like a proper review. But I'm gonna try to be more consistent with those things. But yeah, no, since this video right now is mainly because the year is ending very soon. I may upload this on New Year's, I don't know. But pretty much I want to do a top 5 One Piece moments that happened in the manga, specifically in the year 2016. So let's just get into it, shall we? Now I feel like my list will be kinda pretty standard to what people think it should be, but I do have a few honorable mentions, but alright. So number 5 is pretty much the pudding reveal that she is evil or something going on there that happened last chapter, which I have a lot of thoughts about. And I think at first I wasn't sure how I felt about it, but I really just hearing people talk and thinking about it more myself, I'm like, no, this is really great for this arc and for Sanji and for, I don't know, just it flips everything on its head, so we have no real clear idea of where this is going to go, and it also makes it like very Wed Wedding-esque, where it's like it sets up that kind of drama, which is very fun and interesting, and I approve of that a lot. But and you know, it's just interesting to see where this whole pudding twist will go. But oh, well, why the heck did that happen? Okay, sorry about that. But next for number 4. What did I put for number 4? Oh yeah, that's what I thought I put. Just had to make sure. Number 4 is Zunisha versus Jack, or Zoe versus Jack, the big elephant. That moment when it happened was so hype. Cause not only did it have all the build up to like, oh, Momo also has the same ability as Luffy and Goldie Roger and obviously Odin, where he can hear the voice of all things. This elephant can be like, has a will of its own and can be commanded, but it can only like do anything on an order, which is very interesting. Another mystery, another layer of the overall One Piece mystery. And like this thing just flattens Jack and his fleet and then just keeps on walking nonchalantly. And that panel where Zunisha was like understood and you just see it towering over Jack, like that was crazy. And like afterwards, Dr. Miyagi, I believe, after when he's patching up Zunisha's leg with Chopper, he was like, I wonder where you are walking to, or whatever. Like, there was more to it, but that was just such a hype thing, because it's like, yeah, where is this, like, why? Why can this giant-ass elephant only can't talk, can only act on an order, and, you know, it's just very interesting stuff, and it was really awesome, and Momo was great in it, and it was just awesome. But number 3 is a very special one, I think, a very special Zoe chapter, and it's the Minx sacrifice. While I was reading the chapter, I actually did see it coming the page before the big reveal, but it didn't leave it any less shocking, because I realized that, oh, Kinemon, if Oda's having Kinemon step up and act like Liz, it's probably going to be the opposite than what we expect. And it was, but it was amazing. And he tricked pretty much everyone just with how he set it up. But like, the Minx are just like the best people we've seen in One Piece overall, the best race of people. They are so loyal, and that's really shown with this scene. And like that scene where it's like, or that page where it's like, Rise Odono is safe, And before that, you have the whole them being tortured and getting their limbs cut off, and they're swearing that they don't know where he is. Like, it was just an amazing plot twist that made me teary-eyed, actually, which I think was just amazing. And, you know, because they let their city, their millennium-old city, get destroyed. They lost the limbs, they lost the lives. It was crazy. Now, number 2. I bet all of you probably know what my number 1 and 2 are, but are wondering the order. And number 2 is the road poneglyph reveal. Now, I normally am biased towards anything that is plot-oriented, like heavily One Piece oriented, reveal oriented, but I decided this time it's like, no, the number 1 has to be obviously that other thing. But the road poneglyph, though, was such a reveal. It just made so much sense, put everything in perspective, like, oh yeah, that's why no one can get there, and all this stuff. It really lifted a layer of the mystery and put the ending of One Piece in sight. And it wasn't just the road poneglyph reveal that really happened. It was so much more. We had the Kazuki Odin stuff, him going to Raft Hell, and all this stuff, with the Pirate King and Kaido occupying Wano, which many people predicted, but still. And it was just really, really great. Before I get into my number 1, though, we do have some honorable mentions. One is the very recent Pedro versus Tamago. I love, love, love Pedro, and that was just an amazing scene, and to see him, like, how he ripped his eye out before, just so he could live and see the dawn of this world, and, like, what does that truly mean? It was really fascinating. Then, seeing Sanji's flashback was great. It was really, like, that almost made it, because it's just, like, we're getting more information on a Straw Hat, which is amazing. The chapter where everyone, like, we see Vivi, and everyone's going to the Reverie, like, that was awesome. Where we see Kid captured, that was great, and really, like, you can really speculate on what's gonna happen there. Oh yeah, and then the big Sanji name reveal, we find out he's a Vinsmoke, and all this stuff, and he's gonna get married and all that. That was also this year, and really a shocker to a lot of people. But, enough with that. You all want to hear my number 1. And my number 1, of course, is Luffy versus Sanji. But it's not just Luffy versus Sanji, because I figured these things happen so close together, I would just lump them together. And they're both related, and I didn't want to give them their own separate spots. But it's Luffy versus Sanji, and it's also Luffy going up against the enraged army and Sanji talking to Pudding about everything. Like, those both scenes were just really emotional. Luffy standing there screaming at Sanji saying, I'm not the one that was hurting, you know, even though I was the one being kicked. No, it was you. I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying in the spot until you come back. I'm not eating anything. I can't. Luffy saying I can't. Well, I won't. And then I can't become Pirate King without you. Which is like the only time he's really ever said that to a member of the Straw Hats. One of the Straw Hats. Which is really important and pretty monumental, even if we all already knew that. And then when I saw that panel of Luffy standing his ground against that whole enraged army, and you just saw them in the distance, and Nami is begging for him to move, and Luffy's like, no, I'm staying right here. If you want to leave, you go. If I go, Sanji will link, I left. Like, that was just amazing. And then Sanji spilling his guts to Pudding, and like, yeah, you know, I lived in hell 13 years ago, but I got out of it, and that's the best thing that could ever happen to me. And now I've just returned there. That's all that happened. It's fine. I'm okay with it. Like, I'm lucky to have had that kind of small amount of bliss while I could. Pretty much is how I took it as. And that was just really sad, and that actually made me cry up. The Luffy versus Sanji part didn't really make me cry. It did make me emotional, but when Sanji was laying it out all out like that for pudding really hit home. And then now, after the pudding reveal, which though I do think we're probably gonna get a double plot twist there, and maybe I'll do a video, I think I may. Even with that in consideration, like, well, that makes it even more heartbreaking to know that pudding might have been just putting on an act that whole time, but it still doesn't really take away from the scene itself. And I just really love that. But yeah, so that was my top 5, technically 10, but the honorable mentions weren't ordered or anything. Favorite moments in One Piece in the year of 2016. I'm really hoping for 2017 in One Piece, the end of Wano, the end of Wano, the end of Whole Cake, the beginning and end of the Reverie, and the start of Wano. I'm really interested to see how Oda puts it all together, but I have faith in him, and so we'll just see where it goes from there. Alright guys, thank you very much. I'll try to get another video out sometime soon. Okay, goodbye.